Good morning, the old fisherman. Back with you again. Lake Monticello again. Water's real low, but we're going to try to catch some more of these crappies. I just dropped down and caught one little one, and he ain't too bad. He's a good average size crappie, but I just wanted to show you. Hey, we're going to see if we're back at our old creek turn. We're going to see if we can catch a couple more. The water is way down. Way down today, and I just started, and I said, well, I ain't gonna catch a fish today because the water is way down. I ain't seen it this low in a long time. But anyhow, we back at it again. We're gonna try to catch a couple old crappies. We caught that one. That might be the only one down there because it's bright, sunshiny, water's down. Every element there is against us today. No wind right now. But we did catch one. Hey, where there's one, there might be two. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to get back in position here and see if we can catch another Monticello crappie at our old hole. And it's probably gonna be slow. I'm telling you right now, I ain't seeing no fish much. And but I thought I'd turn on the camera just in case. And that's what we're doing. Just in case we get on one. And I caught that one. So I'm gonna drop back down. We're at our old honey hole that we like to catch them at the creek channel and see if it's another one laying out there. I tell you, with this water low, I doubt that we're gonna catch any fish much. I just don't have a good feeling, and when I don't have a good feeling, it's usually not good. But we did catch one. Who knows? We might stumble on another right quick. And if we do, so be it. If we don't, we can go to the house. I went to Lake oh, it was another bite. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. More than one there. Look at that. More than one there. How about that, people? More than one there. See him bending that old long rod? I love it, don't you? That's a pretty nice crappie, too. Pretty nice crappie. On a doggone crappie, jig. Come on in here, boy. There he goes. Hey, look at that. We done caught two when I thought we wasn't gonna catch none. That's what I'm telling you. You got to try no matter what you think. You got to try. And look at that. Look at him. Look at him, people. A nice little crappie. Ain't nothing wrong with that crappie, is it? Hey, a female. See how thick she is? A female crappie with the water low. That's a good sign. Now I had this little crappie jig tipped with a minnow. Little triple ripple, like kind of a blue and clearish looking, more of a what I think is a clear water jig, and that's what we caught that one on, with a minnow tip. So hey, we're gonna try that again. We're gonna put up another minnow on there, and we're gonna work back over this little creek turn one more time, and see if we can catch another Monticello crappie like that. That wasn't a monster, wasn't as big as the ones I've been catching, but hey, it's a good size crappie. Nothing wrong with it. And like I said earlier, them big ones come in first. Now the small ones are probably, smaller ones are starting to taper in here. If the water wouldn't be so doggone low, I'd probably be tearing them up. But the water is really low, and I do hate low water. We all know that. But hey, we'll see if we can't muster out a mess of crappies here this morning in this low water conditions. Went to Lake Murray this weekend on Saturday and caught a couple nice ones out of Lake Murray. And I might go back to Lake Murray tomorrow. I don't know yet. When I wake up, I'll make up my mind in the morning. And I like casting them docks and stuff in Lake Murray too. I got a lot of areas that I can hit that I maybe can catch a couple. You never know. The clear water, that's really clear water in Lake Murray. This water here is not as clear as Lake Murray. But it's getting that way. It used to be dingy over here, but it's really getting clearer and clearer every year. But I think that these crappies are mustering in here, and this water low, they're just hanging out in this little ditch. And we just gonna have to take our time and just, it's gonna be slow, but just work this little ditch and see if we can't catch a couple more of these Monticello crappies. They're at about 18 foot of water, is where they're at, 16, 18, right along there, in this ditch. And we're going to give it a shot. We got nothing to lose. Beautiful day, Monday morning. Seen one other boat so far, and it was a bass boat. Another fish. Another fish. Look at that. Oh, there is another Monticello crappie. Hey, and it's a nice one too. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He's a nice one too. Look at that. Hey, dang. The old fisherman done fell into something here. Hey, hey, they might be going to bite better than I think. Look at him. Look what we just caught. Another Monticello crappie. Hey, them ain't bad, are they? They're not the monsters, but we got 3 of them like that. Look at that. Hey, another shot. And look at that. He's just looking better for the old fisherman. And I thought I wasn't going to catch nothing. And I thought I wasn't going to catch nothing. Can you believe it? I ought to know better than that. I ought to knew I was going to catch something. The old fisherman. Now that joker hit a Challenger jig. My old Challenger. A fella give me a couple packs of old Challengers. He got to hear me talk about I didn't have any Challenger jigs, and look at that, I caught a fish on one of them. An old Challenger split tail jig. I used to love them. Hey, it's funny, I wasn't even yo-yoing it. I had it sitting on the side of the boat with no minnow on it, and I seen him peck it. So, we're going to try some more of that. I'm going to try some more of that action. I'm enjoying this already. Done caught 3 crappies right quick. Now, it was like in the 30s this morning. The water temperature is 55 degrees, 56. And, hey, them crappies are getting full of eggs. They got to come in. They got to come in. Low water or not, they got to be out here somewhere. They're going to be in 18, 20 foot of water and shallower, I would think. But anyhow, that's 3 pretty quick ones. You got to love that. 3 pretty quick ones. Anyhow, see if we can catch another one in this creek bed over here. And there's another. Oh, and I missed it. Boy, joker's hitting that little Challenger jig with no minnow on it. What I mean, no minnow on it. Hey, they kind of working around here. Do the old Comalander circle swing, and I believe we catch a couple. I really do. I believe there's a couple hanging around this ditch this morning. Do the Comalander circle swing. Y'all heard me talking about it. That's when I take that boat and swing it around, and it swings these doggone jigs, and they will take it. If you can do that at the right place and the right time, they will take it. So we're fishing with 3 different types of rigs here. I got a yo-yo and a crappie, a triple ripple. I got a regular old split tail Challenger jig on the middle one, and then I got a triple ripple, kind of a bluish, clearish looking color with a minnow on it on the first one. And so far, I done caught one on every one of them rods. I caught a crappie on each different situation this morning. Every one of them crappies were caught on a different rod. And that's what we doing. We just kind of swinging these jigs around in circles and making one bite it. And that's what we're doing. Yo-yoing one and just letting the others kind of swing. One tip with a minnow and one without a minnow. Just swinging around like he's a minnow swimming. And that's the key. Now the water's clear. We caught 3. I would have probably believed now at this point that they'd be hard to catch. Oh Lord, I got a nut. I think it's going to be hard to catch a nut and one hit it. I don't know if that's a crappie. Yeah, it's a little bitty crappie. That's a undersized crappie. Look at that. He hadn't caught many little ones. Look at that. That's a good sign. I always catch little ones. You know, that's next year's crop. We're going to chunk him back over here and let him go back down and get bigger. All right. Well, that's 4 bites right quick. 4 bites right quick. So it is a few crappies in here. Few crappies in here. You'll see we can catch another one. Oh, these Monticello crappies. Boy, I tell you, I love catching these Monticello crappies. I love it. All right. Let it down the bottom. Pull it up a couple turns. Get it in the right position. Make sure you're deep enough. Get it close to the bottom, and then reel it up about 4 turns. And now we're going to swing it. We're going to circle swing it. And that's one off. Oh, you know, I reeled it up, one bumped it. So it's a few crappies down there. You know, might be a mixture of big ones and little ones. But it's a few in here. And if we can keep moving around, kind of working around here, what happens? We catch a couple and they'll move out a little bit and they'll sit out there and then they'll come back in. There's another. I missed him. I'm getting bites. I just missed that one. I need to have that in my hand. They hitting that doggone challenger jig. That was a challenger jig. One buck. Must be some little crappies in there. I'm missing them. And I believe the crappies. I'm missing them. Now he took my melon. So we're going to have to pull out some little melon right here. He took my melon. My melons are a little big here this morning. I got 2 bigger melons. 2 bigger melons. I don't like a real big melon. I like a kind of a medium-sized melon, especially tipping rods, or tipping jigs rather. And the melon's a little bit big. Take a pretty good fish hit that joker. So, but that's okay. I think you catch a big fish maybe. Drop it back down to the bottom. It is definitely a few fish out here. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. A few fish down there. Just hanging out. Around that little log or whatever is in there. Whatever's in there, they're just hanging out. About 20 foot, 18, 20 foot. Water so low. It's a couple foot shallower than what it's been being when I've been fishing. I mean, I've been fishing some low water, but this is really low today. My goodness. They sucked the bottom out of this lake last night. I didn't come over here the last couple of days, so I don't know if it was high or it's been low or anything. So I didn't fish yesterday. Uh-oh, got my log. That ain't good. Probably gonna break my jig off. Doggone. No, it ain't come loose. That's why I think it's just a log. You shake it, it comes loose. Probably no stump or two, a log. When you shake it, it'll come right out. It bite every time. Sometimes it won't, but about every time it'll shake it to come out. All right, get everything in position. The old fisherman back at his ways again, trying to catch another one of these crappies. You've got to love it. Getting the time of year. I went out to my perch this morning, and first, and believe it or not, people, I did not get a perch bite. Can you believe it? As good as I can catch those white perch, that just shows you how peculiar this lake can be. I did not get a perch bite. I fished for about an hour and I did not catch a perch. So I want y'all to know, it ain't all about dropping down and catching. Because the old fisherman had a hard time this morning. And I said, well, I got zero options. I might as well just come in here. And I looked around, I ain't get a bite. Shallower, deeper, wasn't anything biting because of the low water, I assume. But I don't know that. Bottom there. But I can tell you this, I didn't catch a perch. And there ain't many times that I come over here and not catch a perch. Not many. But it happened this morning. Really hurt my feelings because I figured I'd go out there and catch me a few perch. And it didn't happen. So that's why I come in here to the crappies. I really wasn't going to crab fish. I always ready to crab fish. But I thought I was going to be able to catch them perch. And caught my old challenger jig. Now I was just saying how easy it comes off and what happens. Don't never say what things to do because then you'll get hung up and you can't get it off. It never fails. That's what I done. Now I'm going to have to break this one off. That's my old challenger. No, it might have come loose. I don't know. I'll find out in a second. Yeah, it come loose. So now I got the other one. Doggone, I think that might have been a fish. The other one bumped. I think it was a fish till it wasn't long. But I see some fish down there. Me shaking that brush right there, I'm trying to get loose, kind of stir them up, and I see a few fish. So there's a few fish out there. Just got to get them to bite. There's definitely a few fish out there. I see them, no doubt. Few fish. Got to take our time and get them to bite. There's a school of them laying right on that log jam. One little 55-gallon drum area. I can assure you, they ain't everywhere. They're just one little spot. On that spot where I was getting hung up, I see something right there. So there's a fish down there. Just got to get them to bite. That's the way it always is when you come on a place. You can catch 2 or 3 in clear water, and then they'll disappear. Well, they don't disappear. They just quit biting. If you had an underwater camera, you'd see them down there looking at them jigs and not taking. And that's the way they do. So you got to sit here and aggravate them. We might have to move up and down the creek and see if we can find another little batch and come back over here, let them settle down a little bit. We'll come back over here and catch a few more. And that's typical springtime fishing for crappie. There's a big old school of crappies down there just roaming around. I got them, they're running from me is what they're doing. But that's definitely. And I'll show you, if I can get back this time, I'll show you what it looks like on the fish bite. See that? See them crappies in the, what I'm saying? They come up and they go back down, and you can tell they kind of stream up from the bottom, and then they'll be going back down. You can tell they're crappies. You can tell it. They all get together, they kind of stream up, be 5 or 6 of them swimming together. And they hang in school. One comes up, the rest of them are following. And that's what they look like on the fish finder. So it's definitely crappies, a school of crappies hanging around in this creek bed, really not biting. I caught them couple when I first went over. And that's what we're doing here. And we're gonna, we're gonna sit here and try to catch a few more of these crappies. But I got to let you go. I can't keep streaming it more than 15 or 20 minutes. It takes too long to upload. But I'm gonna go it one more time and try to get one to bite it. I know they're there. So it's a matter of just moving off of them and moving back on them and trying to get them to bite now at this point. Is what it's a matter of. And I got, like I say, 3 jigs out there. Breeze is picking up. That will help me. A little wind's always good with a crappie if you don't want to bite. A little ripple on the water is always good. A lot better than slick water. But we caught 3, and that's about all I can stream at the time period. It takes about 15 minutes to catch 3 crappies and show you what we're doing. And had several more bites, and we will catch a few more, but it's all about a struggle. Like I say, the perch didn't bite, didn't catch any, and really can't believe it. I don't know where they at unless they spawning and not biting. They wasn't out on that ridge where I normally catch them, and I went shallower and couldn't find them. So, and I stopped out in the middle of this cove and fished for them a little bit, could not find them. So that's where we stand right now with the perch. You never know what they're gonna do. You in the cold weather, when it's constantly cold, you can pretty well guarantee perch every time out in that deeper water if you know what you're doing. But listen, people, I'm telling you, y'all look at this and you think you're gonna come over here and catch a bunch of fish. You might come over here and not get a bite, because this is not an easy lake to fish. It is really difficult. And if it wouldn't be for my years of experience, I don't think I would produce about every time I come over. Golly, I have another bite and I missed him. Man, he thumped it. That was crappie too. He thumped it. I just missed him. Doggone it. But don't believe you can come over here and don't drive hundreds of miles to come to this lake thinking you're going to come over here and just tear them up, because I don't think you can. You might get lucky. I ain't going to say you won't. But I'm just saying, you might get lucky. But it's not that good a lake for us catching a lot of fish otherwise than them perch. These crappies are slow going. They're not like they used to be. At one time, it was probably one of the best crappie lakes in the country, but the catfishes eat the crappies out and the eggs, and then the perch got in here and they working on the crappies eggs. And but the catfish, I think, is the main thing. They eat these crappie eggs. They'll eat their own eggs. I've caught catfish out here and just be slam packed full of other fish's eggs where they've been eating all night long. So I think the reason the crappies is not producing this is a combination of the perch eating eggs and the catfish eating eggs. And that's what I think. Really and truly, the game department ought to start stocking a lot of crappies in this lake that would help. But them catfish, until they get thinned out and these perch get thinned out, they're going to eat the crappie eggs and probably the bass eggs too. Anything that's laying, them other fish eat the eggs. They love them fish eggs now, and they'll eat them. But anyhow, it's getting a long video. I'm going to have to let you go. But this is Steve Comalander, and I'm sure I'm fixing to catch a couple more crappies. But I'm going to have to let you go on this video. But we did catch, we did catch 3 little crappies. They medium sized. They're not the big slabs like we were catching. But hey, they pretty nice. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They ain't the slabs we've been catching. Steve Comalander at Lake Monticello.